Well, we're all done unboxing it, so now what do I do with it? It says it's for kids. Here, make some memories. I guess I could just do the thing where I hit it with a hammer over and over again like usual. It's hammer-proof. Wait a minute. This isn't for kids. Nintendo made this for me. What's up, guys? I have the camera down low for you so you can see the building and everything that's going on here. We are going to be making, I guess, the piano. I was talking about it for a bit, and I figure we'll try to make it and see how this goes. So I have you guys focused on the piano. Hopefully it goes well enough. So let's try this. Now, the switch is going to be set up over here, and the idea with the switch is that it will give me, there we go, instructions on how to build it. So it's set up like this kind of, and it just is there to tell you what to do. So hopefully the piano is not super difficult. For some reason online it says it takes a long time, so we're going to figure out why it takes so long. It does look more difficult than most of the stuff. I will say that there's a lot, like this might be the largest amount of cardboard sections that they had in that box. So there is a chance this is going to take a while, but we'll see, and then we'll see the end result. I'm hoping it's going to be interesting enough to use and just to see. So I'll keep you guys down on this this table level. With it here. This is starting to kind of come together. The Joy-Con, of course, blasting here. The keyboard's going to be the interesting one to actually put together. Now we have to do the lid of the piano. So we have to start punching out all the stuff. The punching out's kind of annoying. I know they have to kind of do that to make it structurally sound. This is the part that I could live without, I think, having to punch all this stuff out. Okay, so I made my little lever. We have this kind of together, and now what's interesting is it wants me to actually get those stickers out, and I think these are the stickers that the Joy-Con may detect. Okay, this is getting interesting. We're going to be using one of the rubber bands, apparently. I know they need some sort of tension on the keys when we get further in, so I assume when I saw these, they were going to use elastic bands to make that happen. And it seems like might be correct. All right, so the front of our piano is done. The idea with what we just did, which again is kind of neat, we used the elastic band to create tension for this lever on the back so that it resets to the center, which is kind of neat. So I'm trying to figure out what that is, I guess. I mean, I'll find out soon, but all right, so here's the deal. When you move this around, it's elastic band. Remember those stickers I put on there? You can't see them until it moves left or right with that elastic band, but it always resets the center because of it. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about that's kind of clever from an engineering perspective. That is neat. That's a cool idea. People said that the piano was pretty intricate. That, believe it or not, as little of a detail as that might be to some people, that's a pretty good idea. That's a clever idea, I should say. Okay, so a good chunk of this is done. This is like the back half of it. So we have the spot that holds the Joy-Con controller in the back. We have the lever that will change. I'm trying to think of what that would do. It clearly has tape that will be seen, I assume, by the Joy-Con, or it'll somehow interact with the keys. We'll find that out as we go through. But this seems to be most of the back half of it, because now it wants me to move on to making the keyboard itself. So I guess let's jump into that. So they just now told me how to fast forward through the steps. I wish they told me that earlier, because I was really waiting. Apparently you just hold the ZL or ZR and then you hit right or left to go quickly. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, because it makes it move much, much faster. All right, here we go. All right. I probably could have been like through this part by now if I knew that. All right, anyway, let's go. We're going to make this I think is the keypad we're starting to make. Yeah, there are a lot of fold lines on this one apparently, so this is going to start. I think this part's going to become harder because of the amount of stuff that we need to do with this. There are a lot of fold lines. This one's very small actually right here, so this is one that now notice this might get some people in trouble. This really small kind of edge at the top, this lip. So we can see the stickers are covered here with the little cardboard windows, so you can kind of see those white outlines. It's probably going to be pretty easy to see as well for any kind of anything trying to pick it up. This just sits in there, which is interesting. I'm trying to figure out why that is. But these two just kind of sit in there. I'm wondering if they're going to end up being like offset at some point. I mean, that's how that works. I'm not sure. We're gonna go a little further, but this I think is done. That's the front. So, oh, now we get to actually put it together. Cool. So this guy's gonna sit right in here. Let's get this going here. So there we go, we got it together with the keyboard tray and everything. I think we have to build the keys still and this part here that holds, I believe, the waveforms and everything. All right, so we're gonna start making the actual keys now. It says there are 13 keys to make. 13. Says it might take a while. We'll see about that. And it also wants me to put a sticker on the end of each one of these. That's kind of what I was expecting. So this is the key, and then that wants me to put it there. It's going to read, obviously, when this moves. So that's what we're going to be looking towards. But I got to put a sticker on the bottom. All of these ones are done the same. It should be pretty easy. And we'll just kind of blast through it from there. I think the other keys, at least starting with the other ones we're going to do, are going to sound different, so they'll probably use different stickers. I think you have to make sure you get the exact correct stickers, or it will not come out correctly. So pay attention to the stickers you are using, or it will not sound right. So let me get these all together, and then we'll build, I assume, more of these keys, I guess, that sound different. So here we go. So I didn't realize this until now. They want me to also install one of these in here just to make sure everything looks correct. So I guess we'll try to install one of these real quick. These are actually going where these black marks are. Obviously they're the black keys, then we have the standard tan or white keys, I guess we'll say, from a piano. And this is just going to sit in here, and it's going to sit on that. Yep, there we go. It seems like it just sits there. I guess it can't come out easily. Like, you really have to pick it up, I think. But I'm hoping there's something inside that we have to put in there to keep it better, because it feels kind of flimsy, actually. Anyway, here's how this works. Again, a pretty cool idea on their part, how to do this. If you look at it from inside, it's going to be kind of hard to see. But basically, when you press the key, it pops up. And it's supposed to show that sticker that I installed. And that's how the Joy-Con knows what you're pressing. I'm curious if it can read multiples at the same time. I guess it can. But otherwise, it doesn't see it. It just sees like the this Labo part here that's kind of covering it. When you press down on it, it'll jump the sticker up, and then it can see it. So that's at least a cool idea. I hope there's something that goes over this maybe that holds it down better. It seems very flimsy. Like, it seems like it's going to be pretty easy to just kick that out. But I guess we'll see. So well, I guess I did that. I think these are all just going to go on the areas that are like marked with like black keys. This one seems a little more intricate. It still has a sticker on the back, but it has this like tail up here, this flap. And it was a little more work to put together. But I believe there are going to be different, I think there are going to be more keys that are same color maybe. It's very interesting how this one went together. But it's basically, it looks like this is going to slide in with the tail still kind of up, and that's going to rest under it. Not really sure how that's going to completely work. Oh, that's cool. So that one feels a little more, that one actually has more tension to it now. Probably because of that tail that's up there. So that's actually pretty neat. And I guess we're going to, now we're just going to start rifling through these, and I guess fill this completely out. So. So this is an interesting part that I'm noticing. They are actually using cardboard to add a little extra weight because this is smaller than the other keys. So it's actually too light, it says, and they're actually using a bent piece of cardboard essentially that opens up and kind of fans out so that it doesn't go anywhere. And you're kind of pushing in there, and that's seriously only adding a little bit of weight, but apparently it gives it just enough to sit correctly. That's kind of an interesting thing that they did there. Is this piece of cardboard here is very thin. It's actually flexing up, and it's making the keys hard to press. I assume something is going to go across here and straighten that out. Otherwise, the keys are all in place, and some of them press. The ones in the middle, though, seem to get stuck because of where this is and how it's bending. So this needs to flatten out with, I assume, some kind of brace that's going to go along the side here. Otherwise, though, all of the keys are in place. I have to fast forward this a bit. I got a little ahead of the instructions here, but yes, all of them press up. Like I said, these ones, you can kind of see how this is bowing a bit. It's something I've noticed. I think this is just too thin. I think the cardboard at the top here is just a little thin, and it's kind of affecting it. Otherwise, everything else works. As long as this part is in, it presses fine. So this will probably straighten out as we get further in. And that should hopefully do it, I think. So, all right, let's... sponge stickers on the bottom. They say for cushioning, I guess. All right, so we're just gonna stick these. It looks like they're sticking right here. So we're building something right now. Actually, I don't even know. It probably told me I didn't pay attention to what we're building right now. These might actually go on either side here. I mean, the back has like a spring on it that I created, and that's kind of neat. So this is kind of neat because the way this is going to work, we have buttons here. One is record, one appears to be play and pause. And again, the way that works is it's using that same kind of tape, and it uses the other piece of cardboard as like a spring. So when this is in here this way, it actually just kind of springs down, up and down, so that it has these little windows down here. And when you push hard enough, you can actually see a little tape pop out. Again, another cool idea. Everything basically points to this back Joy-Con's IR pointer, and then it can kind of figure out or communicate what you're doing with this piano to the Switch. That's kind of a neat thing. I had a feeling that was going to be the case as we kind of heard more and more about it, but this seems like the IR pointer is able to distinguish quite a few of these. Like, it can see all of this stuff happening. That's actually pretty cool. All right, this is the part I wanted, because now we actually get to weigh this down. You can see how bowed that is, right? Like, you can see it's very bowed, and it's keeping some of the keys from working. So I'm hoping when I put this on, add some weight, all of a sudden it won't be as bowed anymore, because it's also gonna have to attach here. And I think that'll make these keys actually work better. So I have to kind of get all these keys down at once, kind of, right? And push this down a bit. There we go. Okay, now while I'm holding that, I now need to put this in. So that'll be fun. All right, here we go. Let's take a shot. So I think if I kind of put this, so this is the part where it actually helped to have like a little guy helping you, or a kid or somebody helping you in this case, because this is the part that's not as fun. You need 3 hands and you got 2 or whatever. There we go. Boom. I still have 2 more steps. What else am I doing? We have to make secret knobs. Okay, so now I have to build knobs. Otherwise, the piano is done technically. It's at least in working order. I need to make knobs, I guess, for here and somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. So now we have to build some knobs, is what it says. So we're gonna, I guess, do that. I have a few things I have to get out here. and the knobs should be going in here, and they'll change, I guess, different, they'll do different tasks and everything. So that's what we're gonna work on now, is building that, and I think we're getting close to the end with this. So this is kind of a cool setup for this knob. Again, they're using that tape that the IR sensor can see, and it's surrounded this entire piece pretty much all the way around. And then it has a strip here at the top as well, and it's basically a button that can rotate in this. So it's set up to basically be rotated around here, and you obviously face different parts of that reflective sticker towards the Joy-Con that's in the back. Everything centers, like I said, around that one Joy-Con that's kind of hanging out, reading everything. So this is pretty neat the way that's happening. I actually like that a lot. That's really cool. Also, quickly, the way that those stickers seem to be lined up has to do with these notches and where they are. So they have these specifically set up in certain patterns, it looks like, for the different knobs that you have. And we'll see what those do, but let's say they do things like, I don't know, change the pitch or something like that, you know. I don't really know what they do yet, but the way that it would communicate with those stickers in different position, that's kind of a neat idea. I actually like that a lot. But again, we'll see what they do. It's pretty neat the way that they have these kind of patterned around where those stickers are. And that looks like that's the end of the piano. It says I don't have to use any more parts at all. I guess it's mostly done. There's another step, and I assume it's going to show me how to use it. So for now, though, it appears to be ready to be used. So I guess I'm going to finish closing it up because I still had kind of the top open a bit. There we go. And I guess we'll try it out and see how it works and everything, and I guess just make sure it works. That's the biggest thing. So I made 4 buttons, 3 of them are numbered, the other one's just an O. So I guess let's check out the Labo piano and just see how it works. All right, so it wants me to put the right Joy-Con into the back. There we go. It's locked in. And we'll see if how this works. Yeah, let's play it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I need one of those knobs to play it. I might. We'll see. Well, I'll see if you can pick up the sound with the lapel mic here. Otherwise, I might have to get a different mic so you guys can hear it. Okay, cool. So it sees everything. Yeah, it seems to be finding them all right. Let me turn the volume up, I guess. There we go. Yeah, they all sound different. Okay, I have to give it some credit. The latency is very, very low. So you can kind of hear when the cardboard hits the top of that and when the sound goes off, it's extremely close. Okay, that's pretty cool. What do these do though? Oh, okay, it's a cat. Oh, and you can like turn it. Let's try number 2. That's 2 though. It's 3. Again, you could turn that too. That's kind of neat. What about this guy? That actually makes the Joy-Con, the left one, seems to vibrate. That's kind of fun. I wonder if I just put that on the, if they're, okay, no, don't do that. That doesn't sound good. That's kind of neat. Let's see. So, I just hit the play button here. So overall, it took me a little over an hour and a half, based on the clips and everything that I've gathered. It took like 104, 105 minutes, something like that, to complete this. That is a little shorter than what Nintendo kind of estimates at 2.5 to 3.5 hours, but I was kind of getting through this pretty quickly to get it done. If you have like kids or somebody who's trying to work through it themselves, it's going to take a while. I think that's what that 3.5 hour mark is for, is if you're stopping and maybe explaining how things are working, or if you're having maybe your younger, maybe like a 10-year-old or somebody try to put everything together themselves and you're kind of just supervising, it's going to take a while. Now, if you're impatient or you don't enjoy kind of doing this kind of stuff and building, you're probably not going to like Labo. In fact, I've put this together and it was easier for me because of the stuff I'm used to doing here on the channel and everything, but I can see some people get really annoyed and just kind of giving up on any of these. Fortunately, the piano is a little easier. It doesn't really use a lot of tension bands. There's one for the side here, but of course if there's too many, yeah, I can see you getting kind of frustrated with it. There's also several other things that I can build apparently in this, which I will look at. I was just very interested in the piano, checking it out and everything. And honestly, for it being made out of cardboard and the ideas by using just the IR pointer on that Joy-Con, it's pretty good. I'm a little shocked at how good it is in terms of latency and being able to pick everything up relatively easily. I'm actually a little surprised. And some of the little techniques that they use for building it out of foldable cardboard, it's pretty impressive from like looking at the people who had to engineer this stuff. It's there's some serious thought that went into this is what I will say. Now, of course, the whole kit is $70. If you have younger kids that will do this with you, it might be worth investing in because it could fill up a couple afternoons. They probably don't want to build everything at once, so you could save it for a couple rainy weekends or days or whatever and have some fun. But yeah, guys, this was a look at the piano that comes in the Labo Variety Kit. That Variety Kit is $70, the Robot Kit is $80, and then it comes with a bunch of other stuff as well. So if you guys are curious, we can look at some of the other stuff. But like I said, I just really want to put the piano together and take a look at it. But if you're curious, I think I had like a motorbike, RC car, and a few other things. I can put those together and we can take a look at those as well. If you enjoyed this video, this look at it and everything, hit the like button, guys. It really helps out. If not, hit the dislike, leave a bunch of comments down below. Let me know what you thought about all of this, everything that went into it. Think it's too much? or do you think it's something that's set up great for really a family to get together and do? Thank you.